All right, all right, all right. What's good, my Laugh.n.gas peeps? It's your boy Marweezieee. Right here, my boy J Lyrix.
Hey, what's happening, fam? It's your boy J Lyrix coming at you live from the Laugh.n.gas podcast.
And we got my boy Eddie.
Hello, friends.
Hi.
And of course, today we're bringing you guys a very special treat, a very special guest today, guys. In the Laugh.n.gas show, we have our boy Don. And he does sushi. So if you can please tell him a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, what your name, your company name is and all that.
For sure. Hi, guys. I'm Chef Don from Crafted Sushi. First of all, thank you guys for having me. It's really an honor to be back here in San Diego and come back from my roots and showing where I grew up and how far along I came.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's facts.
Where are you from originally?
San Diego. Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Penasquitos, Rancho Penasquitos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's where I grew up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So bringing him back to the roots.
Bringing back to the
Yeah.
roots, and then I'm still here.
Hey, SD is where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, why do you need to go anywhere else?
That's,
You
that's
got it all
debatable.
right here.
Debatable.
I don't know. Well,
Debatable,
you
bro.
love Texas. I
Yeah,
forgot you're a
No,
little
dude,
Texas
I love
lover.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
I
North
dime.
Carolina.
Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're really excited to have you, Don. Here at the Laugh.n.gas podcast, we over and over we bring up, highlighting and uplifting the community, and you have an awesome story that I think you could share and people can relate to and get inspired by. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, for sure.
We're really excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, yeah, bro. We can't wait to see, your art, because this is an art. Not
Yeah.
anybody can do this.
Right.
Literally.
And I know it takes a lot to make sushi.
Yeah.
So we're very thankful that you brought this whole setup. I didn't really know you were going to bring this all up.
Yeah.
I
always
thought we
bring
were
this
just
with
going to
me.
talk, but I was like, sheesh.
It's just in my
all
truck.
right.
Automatically.
You have a little cooler in there and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. All right. So if you can, so you said you're from San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Where are your parents from? What are your roots?
So I'm a Filipino.
Okay.
So my parents, grew up in San Diego, but then now we live in Temecula. So then now my business is rooted in Temecula,
That's
but it's
right.
kind of just like the northbound San Diego, southbound LA. But I like to say it's more San Diego than LA because a lot calmer.
And what got you into sushi? Is it within your family, or is that something that grew into you?
No, so my parents are always the cooks of the family.
Okay.
My dad is 1 out of 7. My mom's just 1 out of 3, but every time they cook, everyone's coming over. One of those things. So cooking was always part of my life, and I just kind of followed it's in my blood. You know?
Yeah.
I kind of fell into sushi too. I was at 19. My roommate at the time worked at a sushi restaurant, and he said, "Hey, you like to cook? The guys over there at the sushi restaurant need help. Are you interested?" And I was just a helper, and then I was like, "Okay, I'll try it out for a week," and then I ended up working there, and then. And then it stuck with me for 3 years. And then I was so young that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. So I went back to school and all that. But when everything else fell apart, sushi kept following me.
There you
So
go.
right when I was at almost 30, like 27 years old, I'm like, oh, shit, another sushi job came along. And then by the time 30, I got scared about life, And then I said, hey, it keeps falling on my lap. I might as well just get good at it.
That's right.
So
And how did you think of the name?
Oh, that came in my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's one of
Those are the
those things.
good-
Those were the biggest thoughts is right before bed,
Wow.
That's a trip, because how you're saying how you were 19, you weren't thinking of being a sushi chef or doing none of that,
Yeah.
and then it started slowly progressing itself, like the power of attraction.
Yo,
I
definitely.
guess
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You can't avoid the signs if it's always falling right in front of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you
especially
know?
if it came to you in a dream,
Exactly.
just like The Simpsons.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you said your family is your mom and your pops.
Yeah.
Do they specialize in sushi, or,
No.
or was just a little?
No,
bit
they
of
just
everything?
cook.
Is
They
it
just
well-
cook really good.
Okay, so you grew up eating good, just like us. Our Mexican
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
We grew
No,
up.
Filipino families are very
Yeah.
much alike.
Yeah.
So one of
Yes,
my best
indeed.
friends, he's Filipino.
Yeah.
And dude, I didn't know he knew he ate cowhead. Like
Yeah,
tacos,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like they eat cowhead and we
Yep.
eat cowhead.
Yeah,
He's like,
man.
dude, I love cowhead. I love tongue.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tongue from
Yeah,
the cow and all that. I was
Yeah.
like, what, for reals?
Definitely got some good.
So-
Our cultures are pretty alike for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how to
Like-
cook small portions.
I know. I tell that to my mom all the time.
But
She's
dude,
still,
I don't know if you know, but aside from the food thing, there's a lot of Filipino names that are kind of Mexican.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of Spaniards last names.
Yeah. Oh, my last name's Muños.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
See?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Filipinos are,
Yeah,
are
the
very
culture
much
is like-
alike to our
They're,
culture.
like,
Yeah,
very
Yeah.
native.
because they
They're
got
close
taken
knitted.
over by the same people, the Spaniards,
That's true.
That's
Some
bad.
history
as
on that.
Mexicans.
Yeah.
Check.
You know.
Well, shout out to all our Filipino family and
Yeah,
friends
shout
out
out.
there
Yeah.
watching and supporting.
All the
and,
cuyas.
yeah, that's cool, man. So let's dive in. Maybe you can tell us a little bit how you got started. What I know you told us what got you
Yeah.
started, but what
Yeah. So
What was your drive like? What was like your motivation to like
Yeah.
keep going?
So what was crazy was you know how Facebook always has the memories that pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it popped up that 2011. I had this idea already.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 10 years in the making. I forgot I had this idea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it came back to me. I was like, oh yeah, I did it for my family. And it was so crazy that I finally manifested and it came too.
Yeah.
So, man, I really feel like God puts a vision in your head for a reason.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. That's your path.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't just like make that up.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Like if you see in your head like you with this probably like
Yeah.
you knew this was already gonna happen.
Yeah. It took a lot of years, just like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when it just keeps falling on your lap, it's created for you.
Mhm.
So I started this business 2019 before COVID. And it was rough. I only had like 5 clients. It was only a side hustle. And I believed in the brand and I said, hey, I need to quit and do this full time and like,
Yeah.
take that leap of faith, And then that month I was like, all right, this is my life. I'm about to put my 2 weeks in. COVID hit. Everyone was stuck at home. And I was like, what
Good
the
old
heck?
COVID.
Like, hell yeah. And then I just had my baby too. So she was I just got off paternity leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want time with my baby and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And then COVID hit. And then I got that 6 weeks off plus pay,
Yeah.
all on the unemployment stuff. And then I enjoyed the 6 weeks. But then I was like, man, I have all this time. And everyone's excuses. I was like, I wish I had more time.
Yeah.
Right? And then, but now it was like perfect. I had the safety net of the unemployment. Plus I had this gap of just all this free time.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my time.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because everyone was stuck at home.
Yeah. Exactly.
So then everyone was stuck at home thinking like, oh, I miss the restaurants. I miss eating like really
Yeah.
good food. I hate takeout.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm going to start reaching out to people. And then, those people that are like kind of anti-lockdown, they were still going out even though
Yeah,
everyone was
yeah.
locked
First
down.
of all,
That was me.
I was in Texas, so there was no lockdown in Texas.
There's no lockdown.
Dude, Texas, there was no rules.
And
I was
that's
out
so-
there the whole time. But anyways,
So then I was doing...
You're like, forget the COVID stuff.
yeah, there was no COVID in Texas.
There's no
I
COVID in
was like,
Texas.
SARS
Immune.
every weekend.
That's
Yeah.
because that's George Bush's state.
No, that
All the
I mean,
Bushes state there like that. No,
That was-
we need our freedom.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there was no rules in Texas. Anyways,
Yeah. So, but anyways, everyone was stuck at home and looking for something to do. So that was a perfect, what do you call it? When a launch, like takeoff,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like point.
It all fell into place.
It all fell in place. But and
That's
plus with the
crazy.
safety net and then all that time with my family.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so everyone's stuck at home. And then I was scared of COVID just because they were like saying, oh, it's a lockdown, essentials only. And it almost felt like I was doing a speakeasy for people's houses because I was doing like these little private
Yeah,
parties,
yeah.
but then they'll post on
Yeah,
Instagram like, wait,
yeah,
how'd
yeah.
you get them? So it created its own hype.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're still having small dinner parties. Like, how? And guess who got me started? Freaking sheriffs. The sheriff of Riverside is the one who hired me in the first place. And I got nervous. My wife's like, you're not supposed to be out there. And I was like, hey, there's that big lockdown that they're kind of being more strict. He's like, don't worry, you're essential. I was like, what? He's like, you're essentially feeding us, so you're good to go. I was like, what?
The lovely government.
Thank you.
So then I was like, okay. So then I was just going to police officers' houses, different ones, and then, yeah, they're the ones who helped me take off.
Wow.
Nice. Hey, well, thank you for feeding our local sheriffs, man, because they put
Yeah.
in a lot of work in our community.
No, they
You know,
totally do.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
And then that was the thing is like, growing up, like you're always like against cops, like I'm gonna get in trouble, like blah blah blah. But it's not even that. You know what I
No,
mean? It's
yeah.
just like
They're just doing
it's,
their job.
it's
you
just
know?
another job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
They have to do it, or else imagine
who else
if it
like,
wasn't.
who wasn't gonna do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's not gonna do it? Like,
It's a lawless.
it's
a
yeah,
lawless city,
Yeah, exactly.
totally.
for sure.
That was crazy, dude, during COVID. So then that's pretty much where you launched. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
having your, you said you had recently had your. Was this your first child or?
Oh no, this is our last one.
Oh, okay,
Zariah,
awesome.
our baby girl.
So
yeah.
would you say that kind of gave you? I know you had that cushion, but I'm asking, for example, for myself. Actually, me and Marweezieee our wives are expecting babies
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Congrats.
So, thank
it's
you,
gonna be
thank you.
awesome.
So, did that give you an extra drive or an extra like, oh
big
man, I
time.
gotta get
It's-
this?
ever
Especially
since
during the pandemic, because
yeah.
you didn't know what was gonna happen,
Totally.
right?
Once I had my son and once I had that, like I was so scared for income after that. Like what is my next step, right?
Yeah.
And then once you have your kids, man, you have such a different priorities, different perspectives, because now you have a whole family to take care of instead of just yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So then now it's like it's crazy. I always tell my wife, like, when I was in my 20s, I would go ham. I would go all full, like 100 miles per hour, doing everything. And then now that I'm in my 30s, I'm a scared little bitch. I don't want to take any risk anymore. I'm not driving today, or like, I don't go.
Yeah.
You want to go play ball with your boys? Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip
Nah.
that one.
That's me, dude, with skateboarding, cause I usually always carry a skateboard in my
Yeah.
trunk, and I
Yeah.
used to like do little kick flips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then one of my friends, he was 32. He was doing like a 360 flip out in the parking lot. He fucking twisted his ankle.
Oh my god.
And he
That's
has
it.
like 3 kids too and all that. So,
I know.
So then that sucks. And I'm all like, dude, I don't want to do that. So I just cruised and I built myself a little cruiser. It's a skateboard, but I can't be doing crazy tricks on it.
Oh my gosh.
I
I had to put these market lights on my house, and I got stuck on the roof because I was so scared to come down. I was telling my daughter, like my oldest daughter is 15, and she was holding the ladder, and she's like, "Dad, I didn't think you were scared of anything." I'm like, "I'm scared to get hurt."
Who's gonna take care of you now?
Because if I get hurt and I break my arm, there goes my job, and then
That's
I'm out
true,
for a
man.
while. I was like,
Wow.
all the crazy things going in my head. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get to a point in your life where you start thinking of those things like, oh man, yeah, maybe this. I'm gonna second think this instead
No,
of
and
thinking-
you're barely gonna feel it. Like when you're about to be a parent, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that responsibility. That it's different. It changes your life. When people say, "Hey, being a parent changed your life," it's not for the bad. It's for the good, because you're bringing in a little person that now you have to take care of. Like he says, if something happens to him, then he can't take care of his family.
Yeah.
Same to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like out there doing a drone shot or something, you slip and fall or something, and you hurt yourself. You can hurt your head or something.
No, I definitely want to come back to my family.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So then that's why it's different. When you wake up, you got to think, like he said, from going to 100, you got to go to like
Slow down.
55. Back
Right.
to 55, and then start paying. Yeah, like the homies for Slow It Down podcast. Shout out to them. Like you got to slow it down and stuff. But so what kind of sushi do you specialize? Like, do you do?
So I do more rolls. I do more roll forward. I think it's just because the people in Temecula are just still new to sushi. They're not as
As us
adventurous.
over here, yeah.
Not
Some
as
sashimi.
adventurous as San Diego. Not as adventurous. Definitely not as adventurous as LA. LA is a little bit more, particular.
Right.
Because it's around them.
Yeah,
So
of
they're
course.
sourced with everything. So Temecula's still up and coming. Like they don't really have an omakase kind of style with their. A lot of the favorites are still just like your basic California roll, shrimp tempura, because they're still getting there.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for me, because then now I get to utilize my own flavors. And with that being said, that's why it makes my brand different, is because I'm a Filipino sushi chef, and there's a lot of, it's like the white tiger of sushi chefs, I guess. It's rare. They're all Korean or Japanese, and then so they're kind of stuck in their tradition, and I want to break out of that.
Yeah, of course.
You know, to innovate, because I want to bring, now I'm younger, I'm a different culture, and so then now I could get creative with it.
That's how Mexicans do it. Some of the Mexicans that are doing sushi,
Yeah.
in Mexico, they be mixing up Mexican
Mexican-
stuff. I'll be seeing some sushis with
Yeah.
carne asada inside.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've been seeing
Yeah.
sushis with hot Cheetos
Hot
wrapped
Cheetos,
around.
yep.
Different
then-
kinds.
Yeah, I have a salmon ceviche roll that I do. It's just like a crispy salmon and lemon, and I put the mango pico on top. Yeah, so then game over. Yeah, so then those kind of flavors is what American sushi is all about.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he said. That's kind of feel like you have an advantage because you're by the coast.
Yeah.
In San Diego area.
Yeah.
You're closer to the water.
Yeah.
'Cause, like in Texas, that's all they do. Because I mean, in Texas, Texas is the middle of nowhere. It's kind of like there's no water around there.
Yeah.
So, what they do is like what they said. They kind of improvise. They do their
improvise
own, like
with what they
imagine
got.
living in Montana.
Yeah.
What's in Montana? Nothing.
Right,
Just
right.
middle of nowhere. You have no fresh
Right.
seafood. So you have to kind of do what you got to do.
Yeah, totally.
So because I live in Alaska, and then the
Yeah.
first time I tried sushi in
Yeah.
Alaska, it was like, I was like, dude, The sushi is delicious.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
then like
Well, Alaskan people live a long time because of that, because they eat salmon, a lot of salmon.
A lot of
Their
salmon,
heart,
yeah.
their heart
Yeah,
very
I mean,
healthy.
it's
They have
just
the
right
less
there,
heart
bro.
attack
It's
rates
right
there.
there. So like, yeah, I'm just, I think, I guess you're fortunate enough to be by the coast. So you gonna get fresh seafood.
Yeah.
As compared to other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Where they don't have those luxuries.
Yeah, for sure.
To piggyback off your question,
Yes,
or
sir.
your information, what is the process that you do to when you're choosing the fish, like and your ingredients?
Yeah.
Like,
So that was one of the hardest things about starting the business is how I was going to get my fish sourced. Because I didn't want to have to drive all the way from Temecula to go to the fish market in San Diego, or in LA.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to contact a couple other sushi chefs. And then I was like, hey, who's your fish provider? And then the one that I was working at the time was Shogun. But there's such a big chain that I couldn't piggyback off the vendor.
Yeah.
Because they're delivering such a big portion.
Yeah.
So I started hitting up the mom and pop shops. I'm like, hey, who's your provider? And then so I just hit them up and see if they could do small vendors. And then so I was able to contact my old one where I first started working. And he's like, oh, yeah, contact them. And then it was just the mini. It was just like, as long as I meet their minimum order, I get delivered to them, and then I just pick it up. So I'm able to piggyback off of them.
cool.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
And then here's some
Yeah. That's
some sake.
some
Is there a
sake,
special
yeah.
way to serve that, or?
No, as long as it's chilled. This is an unfiltered Nagori. This is one of like the go-tos at the restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually shake it just like I don't know, it's kind of like horchata.
Okay.
There you go.
It's just
like
rice.
Is that something that the sushi you pair with sushi? I know I've had.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still new to the sushi game. I think
Uh-huh.
that's more because I was so picky growing up. So I'm like the guy that likes the
Yeah.
like you said, the crunch roll and like the things like that. Is there anything that you pair with? Like, is it usually
this one's
sake?
nice
Is
because
it?
it's a little sweet, but not too. It doesn't kill your taste buds. It's nice and light, and it's chilled too.
Nice.
Well, I got a question. This is I think everybody, the whole audience, wants to know: is it okay to eat sushi with your hands?
Yes.
If you don't know how to use
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great
Well,
question.
first of all,
That's a great
that's
question.
not that India, bro. Like, you gotta learn.
No, I know
That's
how
a
to eat
culture.
with it's because there's some sushi you can't even grab with your chopsticks, fool. You have to use your hands.
Yeah, you can use
It's
your hands.
disrespectful if you use chopsticks
Well,
on some
obviously,
certain
well, then you have to
stuff.
shift better.
Well, that's what I'm asking
Okay,
him.
at the same time, like, I mean, I'm not gonna go to like some random place and not know the culture. So you have to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
You have to
Well, a
at
lot of
least know a
times
little
now,
bit.
it's like you
Okay.
got to accommodate to the modern times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new people going into sushi, so they don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like honestly, we're not in Japan, so like we don't have to
fair,
eat
yeah.
that way, you know.
Yeah.
We're in America, so we're gonna eat our style.
Yeah.
Because
Goddamn
honestly,
America.
if it really comes down to it, they can't use chopsticks. They're gonna use their hands anyway.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah.
That is true.
So
It
they-
all goes down the same way.
It all goes down.
I'll
the same
tell you
way.
what, brother. It's goddamn America. Trump
The only
2024.
reason why I
thing.
say that's because I used to go and eat with my wife with a sushi chef
Yeah.
and Paula.
Yeah.
Chef Chef Juan or Chef Jan, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry if you're watching this. But this chef Paula, he was they brought him from Japan, and Paula would send him all the time every year to do classes for the sushi and stuff.
Yeah.
The Paula Casino.
Okay.
You know, so they would send him, and this was an
Yeah.
older man. So every time we would go, it was me and my wife, and we were right there in the front. He would always talk to us, teach me about it, and you know, he would say some sushi you're supposed to eat with your hand. You know,
Right.
You can't grab it with the chopsticks; it's so thick or whatever.
Right.
It'll fall.
Yeah.
So you have to, so you can get the whole experience.
Right.
You grab
Those
your-
are usually the nigiri types, the
Nigiri.
fish over rice,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You don't want to really grab sashimi just with your hands because
Yeah.
you're touching everybody else's fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something you can do with chopsticks.
You
but-
could get punched for that.
And
yeah. Just a little slap. real
and
quick.
another question for the people who are watching that are barely getting into sushi.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I know that the green stuff it's
Wasabi.
wasabi,
Uh-huh.
and then the other white stuff next to it is ginger.
Yeah.
What's the purpose for the ginger? Is that for your taste buds, to clean your palate?
Right. The ginger
Is
is
that what
just
it's
to cleanse your palate.
Okay.
But I hate to be the guy that breaks tradition, but I mean, like, there's always a right way to do it, and then there's your way to do it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that just love ginger. I love ginger, and I'll just put ginger on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do not. But
I
You
do
don't
not
like,
either.
right?
I don't like
but
either.
yeah, ginger is something that's just to cleanse your palate, get a fresh slate, especially if you're doing really exotic fish, because it's so subtle differences that you want to have a fresh palate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's just a
That
way to
makes
cleanse
sense.
it. The wasabi is just a horseradish. So it just heightens it if you want that. It heightens the flavor.
The wasabi, I hear that here in California and most parts of America, they use different, like a cheaper version of wasabi.
Yeah, because the real root is really expensive.
It's really expensive.
It's
correct.
grown in water up in the mountains, and like
it's amazing. It
it's-
doesn't
it's
taste like
awesome.
this
Yeah.
nasty stuff that we
exactly,
eat.
but
Here.
it's really expensive.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
tasted it
like-
before and it was prime.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I was asking. I'm like, I don't really know what it is, but they tell me, hey, look, this is the real wasabi. I'm like,
Exactly.
what the fuck? Okay,
So
fine.
then, most of my clientele are not like big connoisseurs like that, you know. So
Yeah.
then they almost always just ask me to remove the wasabi. So I'm always more wasabi less and more like, so I'm more like an intro to sushi for a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
And talking about intro, sorry, go ahead. You had a question?
No, I'll
Eddie?
say do your thing, bro. Like, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go.
Oh, here.
Multitask.
Let's
No, not
let's-
that. Well, yeah, too.
Yeah,
Eddie's excited. Eh?
No,
By the way,
I-
Eddie's a
I-
big sushi guy.
I want to see the sushi, bro.
Oh, he's
I
super
tell you,
excited.
bro.
He's super excited because when I told him, he's like, "Oh, what? Yeah."
Well, let's do a
I'll
little
be there."
cheers here with
Little
cheers.
with
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
Don, is a pleasure having you, man.
And congratulations
Thank
to all
you
your
so
Thank
much.
you so much,
endeavors
guys.
and everything else, brother.
No, we wish you the
Cheers,
best of
cheers,
luck
cheers.
on everything
Yeah.
in your
Appreciate it.
entrepreneur venture, because I know it's hard, you know,
Yeah.
to be your own boss and all that. It's not as
Definitely.
easy as people think.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
So
cheers, guys. Thank
cheers,
you.
brother.
Yeah, of course.
See how smooth that is?
Yeah, that's tasty.
Not bad at all. No, but I was saying, like, dude, just start doing your thing. Start running some stuff up.
He's super excited.
Dude, I love sushi, bro. And actually, it's funny because when I lived in North Carolina, there was a place it was called Sakura,
Yeah.
bro, and they made some good sushi. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've never really like been to a lot of sushi places, but when I used to live in over there, place Sakura, they made some good. They made it in front of you too. It was like the whole 9 yards, and it was pretty awesome.
Man, we have the honor to see you do it live. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the crazy thing with this business too is I learned so much running your own business, and it's just like trying to be a sponge, you know,
Yeah.
because every year you're learning something different. I'm on my 4th year now, and what they say about your 3rd year of business is a make it or break it year. It's true. It's freaking true. Because I think year 3 is when you get complacent. Because the first 2 years, all the hype was coming to me. So everything, all my clients, everything, I was riding this big wave. And then that year 3, it starts to lull. And then you're like, oh, it doesn't come to me. And then, so then now you're just like, you're trying to grab what you can of what the fruit, whatever low-laying fruit there is left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then year 4, I was like, oh, I made it this far. Now my motto now is to reach out as much as I can. So like doing experiences like this, reaching out to different people, collaborations, all like that, because you gotta give to get, you know.
Yeah, you got to, because then the 7th year is right around the corner. Business.
Yeah.
I'm a business major, and the 7th year is the one where mostly business they either close or they keep going.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At the 7th year, that's the spot where you're like, all right, how's my business doing? Is it going? Has it been doing good?
Yeah.
And if it does, I can keep going forward.
Okay.
And a lot of people either go bankrupt or they don't, or they keep going.
But the year 3 is true
That's,
too, right? For
yeah,
it's
because
the
you're
first
getting
one.
right. Yeah, that's right in the middle. You know.
Yeah.
Now, with this, do you have a favorite sushi dish?
I love yellowtail.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Do you have to have that in a certain temperature? I know there's some sushi when you're doing, if it's raw, it has to be at a certain temperature.
Well, it's just chilled. So as long as it
okay.
doesn't reach the danger point, you know. So,
Because I have some friends that have a friend who's sushi chef. Shout out Chef Alex out in what is it called? It's in Oceanside. The one that the Wrench and the Rodent.
Oh yeah.
oh,
Richard wrote it.
you have someone that works there?
Yeah, it's my my buddy Alex. He's a master sushi chef. there.
Oh hell yeah.
And
Yeah, I tried them the other day.
Oh really?
A couple months ago, yeah.
Yeah, and him
They did
he gets
they do
down.
good stuff. Yeah.
He would always, I tried all kinds, because when we would go and hang out, he would make me everything. You know, my favorite little snack dish would be I don't know if you ever tried the fish belly.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love that.
So
They
good.
get busy.
Yeah, you guys
So
haven't
good.
tried fish belly?
No, I don't
Dude,
know.
it tastes like a mix of like spam and bacon, I guess I would say. I don't know how. That's how I taste it. It's like
They have the dry aged stuff too, right?
yeah, it's
so
like
good.
because they like it's cooked and they just put it with rice and then and a little seaweed thing on it. You just eat it like that. It's fucking good.
So here's a trip. So I wish I could go to more restaurants and experience all that stuff, but my My wife doesn't even like fish.
Wow.
That's my wife too. She only eats the shrimp ones.
So I can't go out and adventurize or adventurize. What kind of word is that?
It's a new word.
It's a
It's
new
a new
word.
age. You can make up words.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
I'm not. The reason I ever had sushi because of my ex-wife.
Uh-huh.
Dude, my ex-wife used to love sushi, and I was like, dude, that's disgusting. Let's go get some tacos. I was like, screw sushi.
That's the bone.
And then, but yeah, dude, she got me into sushi, and because of her, now, dude, I love it. Sushi's down. The sauce.
Well, we are.
But yeah, that's cool. Was he on the show at all? That chef?
Your friend.
No, I haven't. I haven't had
No.
him on yet.
We
He
haven't
came
done-
out in one of my music videos though.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Marvin does. Marweezieee does some music.
Dude, what doesn't
producing
Marvin
too.
do?
Yeah, he's all over the place.
I haven't done you.
Hey.
Pour another shot.
You know the beauty of this job too, or like what you do for podcast and what I do for like private dinners is I get to go to these places I would never be. Right?
Yeah.
Like I get to experience beautiful homes,
Yeah.
meet successful people, and it's bound. You're supposed to surround yourself with people you want to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So when I'm around every weekend, I'm around successful entrepreneurs. Like I find out what makes them work, and I see how their family is bonded and how they communicate.
Yeah.
It rubs off.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what I need to do for my family. This is what I got to do. And you ask advice, you do that, and they're so nice.
And I think as adults now, we realize that like you have to surround yourself with the people that you want, that you're actually gonna learn something from, or actually gonna help you out, rather than back in the day surrounded with the cool kids. Yeah, I want to hang out with that person because he's cool and all that.
The cool kids aren't doing anything
No,
anymore.
exactly. So you gotta surround yourself with people who you learn from and are actually gonna teach you or actually care for actually teaching you something. Because there's a lot of people who give you false information too. Who pretend to be your friend or pretend to teach you something. But I'm pretty sure you've encountered that in your sushi experience, like people who hate and they give you false information.
Or it's just where you thought you had friends, but then you start doing your own thing, and then all of a sudden, where'd they go?
Oh yeah.
Or how come you're not sharing my stuff? Or like you're like,
oh exactly.
I'm like,
yeah.
what?
One little comment, please. It's like, dude, come on.
A little share won't hurt anybody.
Exactly.
But
I was talking to Johnny about that too before he got on here. I'm like, hey, just that's how it is. But don't worry, you just keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
He's all like, yeah, because I have my personal Instagram account too. Where I have my family and all that, and I have a lot of friends there.
Yeah.
Who in the past, if I put a picture of something, like a family party or something, oh, boom, a bunch of comments.
Yeah.
20, 30 comments.
Yeah.
And then I started doing this. I mean, what the hell? Where's everybody at?
Oh.
So I start seeing random people. But I told Johnny, I'm like, what makes me happy? I don't really care about, my close friends and all that.
Yeah.
Supporting me. What makes me happy is random people that around the world who are watching this stuff. People, like you said, the sheriff who knew about you, never even knew him. He hit you up, so he shows the appreciation of your art.
Yeah.
And it's a random stranger who's not your best friend,
I
not
know.
a friend, somebody you grew up with.
And then or even on your Instagram followers, like those same followers that keep liking your stuff,
Yeah.
keep sharing your stuff. I'm like,
And
you're
they're probably
dope.
somebody
Yeah.
that you didn't even grow up with or you didn't even know for years, huh? Yeah, you don't
Exactly.
even know them.
yeah, they treat you better than your friends.
Exactly.
Definitely support small businesses, support your friends, support your
Yeah,
dreams.
guys.
Even if you don't understand them or they're not your dreams, understand that if you're a close friend of somebody, you should support them regardless. That doesn't mean you have to be at every event. I know
Right.
sometimes people we grew up doing music and they would they'd be like, oh, I can't make it this time, I can't make it. It's okay. You can show other ways of appreciation and support. So make sure you support. But a quick little like, quick little comment, or just a quick share. You don't know who might need this service or you meet along the way type of thing. Yeah.
But with that in hindsight, it's like it's almost a blessing in disguise because you lose that weight. You
Correct.
lose the pressure of trying to impress friends that you thought had your back, but then you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now you can just move. You can move quicker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yep,
now you
yep,
can
yep.
Yeah.
all right, I gotta just keep moving and truck
Yeah.
it. And then especially once you have a family, it's like you have blinders on.
Yeah.
You're right, and then you're just
Exactly.
like, oop, I'm ready to go, because nothing that you can just bam, bam, like don't need
Yeah.
that, don't need that.
Yep.
I need
That's
to
true.
go. So
Yeah, I know, because I know some people that they'll be like, all right, let me see who looked at my story. And like, dude, I don't even have time to buy
Yeah. I
There's
just
too
gotta
many
keep
people look at
moving.
my story. I ain't even about to go like, you know?
And that's one thing too. Was like when I started my business, I was so scared. I wanted these followers. Like I
Yeah.
thought that number meant something, like
Yeah.
a high number, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather. I told my wife that I want to give to those 100 people first, and let it branch out organically.
Yep.
Like just like blow it up from within instead of trying to bring these random people to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, blow it and just get freaking 100%. Everyone that is in your bubble that gives
Yeah.
you value, 100% to them, and then eventually it just.
Yeah,
love
well,
that.
you know, we got to focus on our community because our roots, like you said, you're
Yeah.
from San Diego. That's the whole reason why I tell them, you know, like there's other people who have been wanting to come on, you know, some celebrities, people that aren't from here,
Yeah.
from LA, and I'm like, hey, if I have them on, yeah, I might get much more people liking and all that.
Views and
But I
stuff.
don't, you know, like what I care about is my family, you know, like my local community, you know, the people that are around here, you know, like, because without them, we're like, you know, we're not nothing, you know.
Exactly.
Without the community, without the people.
We got to grow together, man.
Exactly. Man, I love how you cut.
I know, I was watching
that was
Sound
fast.
impressive.
What kind of knife is it?
I would have cut my finger like 8 times. Dude.
That looks like a fancy knife too. What kind of knife is that?
This is man, I forgot what the name is.
It's like some special steel, huh?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this. It's such a
I know,
bad-
dude.
no,
I'll have to
look
come
it
back
up.
to
I
it.
know what you need. You need a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Cheers,
yeah, yeah,
cheers,
yeah.
cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Shots.
guys.
Talking about knives in your journey of sushi.
Cheers, brother.
Living or cooking. Have you ever cut yourself?
Sorry, cheers.
No, you're good, brother.
When I was first starting, I was just a helper, and then I would just do knife work and just a bunch of like practice prep work, so I get my knife skills going.
Yeah.
And this one time, this kid at the sushi bar cut himself. I don't know, just he got a little like pepper cut or whatever. And then he asked one of the managers, the owner of the restaurant, "Hey, do you have a bandit?" And he goes, "Ask that sushi chef over there." He's like, he has all the band-aids. Yeah, you gotta earn your battle scars, you know. So
Yeah, especially at cutting like that fast, you know.
Oh,
it's-
dude.
And then it's something because those little nicks, dude, you bleed for like hours. And it'd be like a tiny little nick, but you blood be gushing out. Because of your hands, you know, like your hands and toes are what bleed the
the
most.
crazy is these knives are so sharp that
Yeah.
you bleed less.
Really?
There's like
Because
Damascus steel and all that
Because
stuff.
it's so clean. It's such a clean cut that it's just like, like you don't even. It doesn't bleed for a while.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's
that's
just like
impressive.
blade.
That's-
His neck is cut, but then nothing happens until later. It's like,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is that Damascus steel?
No, this one's not Damascus steel. But
They should have like a little bit of blue on it.
yeah, Damascus, you'll see the layers. Of
Yeah, the
different
layers.
metals, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know a lot of people. I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit. I pick up here and there, like I said, from my friends and all. And I know a lot of them use expensive knives and all that.
Yeah.
So can you walk us what you're doing right now? What
Yeah.
what are we?
Well, this is just a little prep.
Okay.
The cucumber here,
Nice.
and then jalapenos will go on top of this. So this roll, since you, Johnny, are not a fan
Juan.
of raw,
Don't put me on blast now.
no,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
no.
I'm just messing with
And
you.
the fact
Because-
that 420 is in the corner.
I'm
He likes dudes.
Oh yeah, one of my specialties too with the rolls that I create is an arsenal of the specialty rolls that people come up to me at sushi bars. My favorite customers is the ones that sit in front of me and goes, "Make me something."
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing as a chef,
Yeah.
because then now I'm challenged,
Yeah,
right?
love
And so
that.
all I ask is, what do you give me something that I have to stay away from.
Yeah.
Because then if you tell me that, then I could go a direction.
Right,
Now
yeah.
I ask them, like, do you like spicy? Do you like sweet? And then now I have that direction. And then once they give me a type of fish or anything that they like to order, I know which way I'm going to go.
Yeah, most of that.
So with the private dinners that I do, it's just an arsenal of all the specialty rolls I make for people. And then so whatever when they order for me for the dinners, they just tell me what type of fish and what kind of direction I need to go. And then I go from there.
And then you get the Johnnies that are like,
Yeah,
what's
I'm
cooked?
gonna keep it real. The
And then I'll accommodate to that, and I'll do a little half and half. The beauty about being a private chef is I could do whatever I want, right? I
Yeah.
get to accommodate to the client. So every dinner is different.
Yeah.
It's always, that's why I don't have a set menu. There's not a menu on my options where you're like, oh, I want this roll. I want the
Okay.
dragon roll over that,
Oh,
because
okay.
everything's new or everything's created on the spot.
yeah.
And then I have the ability to like read. I like to be able to listen and hear the comments, the feedbacks while they're eating. I'm like, oh, this is so crunchy. I love the salt, or I love the crunchiness of it. So the next one, I'm already like lighting it up. I'm like, oh, they like texture, or they like, ooh, they like the lemon, or like, ooh, yeah.
So there's a lot that goes to it, like you know, engagement,
a lot of ingredients, everything, dude. It's like I said, it's an art. You know?
Yeah. So then
he's an artist.
They always say, you know, they have chefs and then there's cooks. Cooks just bang them out, right?
Yeah.
But then chefs put in like the extra effort.
Cokes is Applebee's, dude. I love Applebee's, by the way.
Oh no!
Oh, all of a sudden, Applebee's.
I've been having, you know
when
what?
when have I not said Applebee's?
I don't know, but I've been having this Applebee's gift card for like 3 years, so I'm gonna give it to you.
Well, dude, I love the bees. First of all, it's called the bees. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
The bees,
but I love the bees.
That's cool, man.
Eddie would go and get drunk in Applebee's. That was the only place to go hang out. back
That's
then.
actually that's exactly what that's why I like it, dude. Because in Texas, especially during March Madness, $1 beers. The whole month of March.
Game over.
So I'd get drunk off $10.
So you're like, give me 20 beers.
No, after 12, they cut me off and they'd be like, Eddie, you
They cut you off at 12?
Dude, you won't be there.
That's so early.
Like, hey, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised you can do with 12 beers.
12 IPAs.
No, dude, it was only ultras. Look at the ultras.
Oh, so then you would go from this to, okay.
The ultra light.
Can I get one more?
Yeah, something like that.
Now for the private events,
Yeah.
do you have an amount like, okay, I can only do a minimum of 10 people, or do you have a minimum or maximum?
I like to. My ideal number is 6 to 12.
Okay.
But six people usually is my minimum. But if people want to pay, my minimum price is $600.
Okay.
And then that way it covers my base, and then doesn't waste my time, doesn't waste their time, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Because
that makes sense.
I don't want to lose money by going to a client, you know.
Yeah.
So
And being in the times that we are now, I think going out, it's pretty expensive.
it is.
Is it? How do you find yourself?
Staying busy.
Yeah, staying busy with that. And
Yeah, it's tough. Everybody's definitely taking a hit from this economy, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a luxury. I just got to get creative. I do public workshops. I do sushi classes.
Cool.
I'm reaching out to wineries now to do pairings. So then that way it's more of an event.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I'm doing more of a like display table option too. So whether it's a larger party, like a graduation for like 25 or plus people,
Nice.
then instead of like a intimate dinner, it's
You have,
more
like,
of
trays?
it's more a display. I'm still behind the scene. I'm still right there,
Right.
but it's just one big shot instead of
Like a
Right.
big
Instead
sushi
of like a-
charcuterie board.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
cool.
what's
Nice.
cool is like sushi is like, I don't know. I feel like the bar's kind of low for catering sushi because nobody seen it before, right? It's still like everyone's seen
That's
the taco
true.
guy, or
Yeah,
like
that's true.
now the hibachi thing is coming around,
True.
right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sushi guys are still there's only like maybe 5 of us
Yeah.
that are in the area, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's still like nobody knows where to gauge it.
That
So
makes sense. Yeah.
it's kind
No,
of
and
a
then
beautiful thing.
No, and then you should feel very proud for yourself because a lot of the sushi chefs that I know, they don't like to do it because it's hard. It's a big responsibility to be mobile and have everything.
It
you
is.
know,
It's a big
for
responsibility.
Sushi, so
it's a giant leap because a lot of sushi chefs require they need that income
Yeah.
from the restaurants, right? But they have to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
only way to be a private chef and be successful is sacrificing your Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
nice.
So, like I said, with that pandemic and being at home, that was my perfect launch.
Wow.
Without that, I don't think I could have done this.
Wow.
All right,
So-
and one question that we have that our audience wanted to know is tiger fish. I know that we're overpopulated about tiger fish. Do you ever cook any tiger fish?
What's tiger fish?
Yeah,
I don't know
you
what
know
tiger-
those fishes that are like they have like stripes. They're
Oh.
supposed to be poisonous, but
Yeah, the lionfish.
Lionfish, not tiger fish. Tiger. I was thinking about a tiger because they look like a tiger. Lionfish. I wrote it wrong. Sorry, guys. Lionfish.
Tiger lions, kitty
The
cat.
lionfish. Yeah, the lionfish. Do you ever cook? Do you ever make any sushi? No.
It's not worth. To me personally, it's not worth the risk. I mean, as a chef,
Right.
like I don't. I wouldn't want to put that risk on me.
How
and
do
then
you
on the
cook? How are you
thing-
supposed to eat that then?
You have to take the poison out, and then like you have to. There's like a certain way of
Really?
cutting it. There's a special class and training course for that.
Yeah.
I just rather not.
Yeah, because I know San Diego pushes. I know San Diego we're infested with them. You know, in California there's
Oh,
a lot.
really?
So they push that.
Oh.
Even if you go to the DMV, you'll see that says it'll promote right there to eat. You know,
Really?
the lionfish and
Oh, I
stuff
wasn't
because
aware of that.
you know because it's overpopulated. You know.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be here, but people that buy it, they get them as pets, and then they grow, and then they let them go, release them, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that's crazy.
Other than sushi, sorry to cut you off, Marvin.
No, go.
Other than sushi, what's your favorite food outside of the Japanese?
Yeah.
Sushi. Like, what's your go-to?
Dude, I like it all, but
Yeah.
If you had to ask me my favorite food,
Yeah.
it's a burrito.
Ooh,
You can't go freaking wrong with
Carne
a
asada
burrito.
burrito, Cali
breakfast.
burrito.
Just any burrito, bro. Like the shape, everything's in your
That's
hand.
perfect.
Like you can
No,
drive
no,
with it.
that's
It's
true.
freaking clutch.
Just not a Chipotle burrito because they
Yeah.
are not burritos.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
You
not
grab it and it's like a big bowl.
It's just a baby.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, a burrito. I like a burrito. What about you, Eddie? What's your favorite
Me?
food? Yeah,
Cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers.
Red Robin.
Cheeseburgers, Eddie.
The Royal Robin cheeseburger.
Where's
with,
that
with,
at?
with an egg.
Oh yeah.
Red Robin
Can't go wrong
full.
with that, yeah. Never been to Red Robin?
Oh, Red Robin.
No, that's an India.
Yeah, no, I've been there like once, but I'm also the guy just like fresh fish. I'm also the guy that can you put no cheese
Yeah, I
on
know,
my
big
burger?
fish.
And, I'm that.
Wait,
guy.
you don't like cheese?
He's lactose.
Dude,
We would go to-
yesterday me and went to In-N-Out.
Yeah, we did.
He's like, make sure they put no cheese on mine.
Yeah.
And there was a little smidge of
my
it. He got
God.
all scared.
If we ordered pizza, he would be the guy who ordered one pizza for him with no cheese.
Yep.
It would just be sauce and pepperoni and stuff.
Whoa.
You know,
Let's just say my brothers loved it because they would get extra cheese when
Yeah.
But then he would get a little happy sometimes with us, and he's like, "You got any cereal?"
Yeah, I'm not
I'm gonna
allergic
take the
to it.
risk.
As a kid, I was. I kind of was allergic to it, but then it's all mental now.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to change that because even what I eat, because it's kind of hard to educate and show I'm having a baby girl to be like, hey, you gotta eat this, and it's like, well, you're not fucking eating that. Like,
Yeah.
what's it gonna,
Yeah.
Do your kids like sushi? Or
They do, but so my wife, since she's a little pickier,
Yeah.
So they're kind of hybrids. Like my older one is like, she'll experiment, and then my middle one is in the middle.
Okay.
But my youngest, my 4-year-old, she's my little eater.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Nice. That's
I was craving snow crabs once, and I made a batch,
Uh-huh.
and she goes, "Daddy, what are you eating?" Like it's crab. She's like, and then I was like, "You want to try it?" And she ate it. She walked away. She was like, "That was so yummy." And then she came back. I was like, "Oh, not to share."
That's funny because I don't know. Maybe it's a younger thing. That's how my younger daughter was. She's like, "Daddy, what is that?" I was like, "It's spicy." She's like, "You sure?" I was like, "Let me try it." Because her thing was, if it's not spicy, she'll eat it, no matter what it was.
Oh,
She
okay.
won't eat it.
No,
She
if
won't eat
it's not spicy, she'll
Oh,
eat it. I was like, "It's spicy." She's like, let me see it. She'll look at it, and be like, "Nothing looks spicy. Let me try it." And I was like, "Dude, it's spicy. Trust me." She's like, "No," and she would just grab it and eat whatever I was eating.
You're like, "Damn it! I was telling you it was spicy because I didn't
I
want
know,
to share."
dude,
Yeah.
something was spicy, and she's like, "Oh, that's gross." But if it wasn't, bro, she would go to town, no matter what it was, bro. Sushi, you name it, bro. She eat the whole 9 yards.
Who, Nicole?
Yeah.
Shout out
Yep,
Nicole.
yep.
Sushi. What do you? So for those who are new to sushi, like, would you recommend them to go with? Do they usually go with like the crunch rolls and things that
Yeah,
are cooked?
California roll. California's like the hamburger of sushi.
Okay, the go-to.
Or tempura.
What,
roll.
you gotta
what's the
start.
Philly roll? Because I like Phillies.
Philly
Cream
rolls,
cheese.
Yeah, cream cheese, salmon, avocado.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Usually it's like a smoked salmon, but
No, that's what I'm
you just do regular salmon.
Have you had a request I wouldn't say weird request because I being a chef, I'm sure you experience with everything you what do you call it? You add different ingredients, but is
Yeah.
there something that threw you off that a client asked you or requested? Like you're like, wait a minute, I don't know about that.
Yeah, let's see. There was this one where he hired me. He's like, "Oh, my buddies from Indiana are coming, and they all don't like sushi except for me." So I had to cook for 6 guys, but only one liked sushi. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
That's crazy.
And then, so then I got, he's like, all right, I'll get some ribeyes. So I did what, with the carnitas too. So I did a surf and turf.
Nice.
So then I did a shrimp tempura, and I cooked the ribeye, and I sliced it really thin, and I just put it on top. And then so I
delicious.
entered with that, and then I started walking them in with the other stuff. But as long as I seared it,
Yeah.
make it taste like meat, and then go from there.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nice.
I remember one time when I was in Alaska, my ex-wife, we went to get sushi, and then at the time she was doing like some diet thing where she don't eat any like certain things. I don't know if she was going vegan. I don't know. One of her shenanigans. But so we went to the sushi place, and she ordered her thing. She's like, "Can I get this, but without this, and this?" And then the waitress was so confused that the chef came out from the back. He had a little chef hat, dude, and he was mad. He's like, "So you want me to make this without this, and this?" and add this. And like she was like, yes, please. And dude, I mean, I think he did it, but he had a dirty look in his face. I mean, what are the like?
Spit on it and everything.
Like what is that when somebody was like, imagine, like, oh, I want a fillet roll, but I add steak, take no sour cream, add this, add that. You know what I mean? Like when you just change it all up.
Have you had one of those before?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or I hate when like they're like, oh yeah, make sure everything's gluten free and all that, and then I go like, well, this roll has this sauce and has gluten, so I have to leave it out. They're like, okay, maybe not today. And then they'll have it. I'm like, so this whole time you were okay with it? Like,
Let me turn on the fan for you, man.
Oh, yes,
Nobody
please.
turn on the fan here.
yeah, it's my
Give me a
beanie. I
second.
should. I don't know why
Nah, you're
I'm
good,
wearing a
man.
beanie in summertime or spring.
Well, while you do that, Marweezieee, I'm gonna serve up another one because this sake is pretty tasty. What do you guys?
Yeah.
This is pretty tasty. I was
I mean,
surprised.
it's not my,
I do the hot sake when I go to
It's not my first
sushi
rodeo.
restaurant.
I always feel like when we're taping that I'm like, I'm stuck. I can't move.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you told me about the cream cheese thing or the cheese thing because I was gonna put cream cheese.
Oh,
on this
perfect.
one.
You can put appreciate you.
dude, put. Why don't we eat anything? Oh,
So right now you're putting the crab in there.
Is it empty?
Yeah. Open it.
oh shit, no mames.
Eddie's trying to
I
pour
was
shots.
like,
and
I was like,
the
dude.
cap is closed.
Yeah, no me vendan.
Yo no le ven. A ver.
Then we.
All right. I'll get this going.
Yeah, man. So you're gonna have to, we'll make sure to put your information.
Yeah.
Where can they, reach out to you, or what's the best way of contacting you?
Yeah. So everything's. You can follow me on Instagram, and then you could.
The old
You could
gram.
see like what any promotions, any workshops I'm doing,
This?
stuff like that on my Instagram. And then just go on my website, craftedsushi.com. You can just book from there. You can see my availability, and from there. But I am based out of Temecula, so I like to focus more on like the IE Riverside area.
Okay.
But I have traveled down to Coronado. I've been to Oceanside a lot, and
Cool.
where else?
Cool.
Yeah, Claremont, different places.
Do people ask you do you cook other things other than sushi? Do you have any other?
Yeah, I do
additional-
have a couple non-sushi items just for those clients that need to.
Oh, okay.
There's always that one that just like my wife. You got to make her a chicken plate sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'll do chicken teriyaki, steak teriyaki.
Nice.
Those
That sounds
options.
delicious. Yeah, the sushi spot, man.
And then since I'm Filipino, I got that lumpia on that.
Of course, he doesn't know lumpias.
yeah.
Is that better, the fan number?
Oh yes, please. Yeah, that's great.
Está abierto.
That's awesome.
Cuidado, carnal.
Watch out with the bottle, bro.
That's cool, man. So would you say you have a signature dish, Don?
Signature dish. Oh, I guess the one with the seared tuna one at the end. Yeah, and then the
tuna.
ceviche one. Everybody always loves that one. So
Yeah, get
for
Don
Don.
one.
oh, right here. Thank you.
So the one with the ceviche.
The ceviche. It's that salmon one that I told you about.
I already got one. Yeah, my wife my wife's had the opportunity to have your sushi. Well, we all did, but she loves it. She's pregnant, and she I guess you can't eat sushi.
Yeah.
So
You
she's-
can't? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the mercury in the
Yeah.
fish.
You can only get cooked,
Yeah.
sushi.
So
Shrimp
she's telling me like, hey,
Two daughters never learned that.
as soon as I have labor, like I need some sushi. So I actually talking to Don earlier. I was like, hey Don, I'm gonna need your services as soon as possible.
Yeah. Take him over there to the hospital, dude. We'll do
Yeah.
a little show
Yeah.
right there.
Honestly,
while
on the spot.
That'd be
him
cool.
cooking her sushi.
Does your wife have any cravings, Marweezieee, that she's had, or
She doesn't really like raw sushi and
no,
stuff.
not in
so,
general, just any type of food? Or
shoot, dude. She wasn't supposed to be eating raw shrimp, but she's been eating raw shrimp too.
oh, unos camarones.
She eats aguachiles.
Camarones
That was like
con
what
guisados.
mostly. No, but she says she craves like she doesn't like to drink a lot, but she like sees me and says, "Oh, I want like a margarita." Like when we
Yeah.
go out, she's like, "I want a margarita," you
Yeah.
know. So that's what she like.
Especially
is,
with
like,
this
a
nice
little
weather coming.
margarita. Or for us to go. We like to travel, so she misses that,
Yeah.
you know. But before we finish, because we're almost
Oh sure.
done with our show here,
Yeah.
and then I want to focus more on what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for other upcoming sushi chefs that want to do what you do, who look up to you?
Advice. Let's see. I guess just don't wait to be ready. I was always so scared to start my own business because you always feel like you need all these hoops and all these
Yeah,
checkpoints,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, I don't have this, so I can't do that. I don't
Yeah.
have this, and that. And then this one random client, or there's not even a client. I was at the sushi bar before I started at Shogun. It was a slow Tuesday. I can remember this every time. He was just in there just because he had needed to charge his Tesla. And he was just in there for lunch, and then he's a businessman, you could tell, and then he just started chatting it up. And he just told me, never wait till you're ready, and you just, you go for it until it comes. Like that, when that step that you're scared of happens, then you deal with it right then and there, right?
Yeah.
It's all about just being present.
It's about the risk too.
About the risk, yeah.
You gotta take the risk. If you don't take it, then you ain't gonna.
You're just gonna stay still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And you're gonna overthink stuff, right?
You're gonna overthink stuff. It's like it's a
Cheers.
constant.
Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Cheers to
exactly.
that.
Thing.
All right, so you guys heard it. You guys heard it from the man. Take
Craft
the leap.
sushi,
Take the
guys.
leap
Don't be
of faith.
scared.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
scared. If you,
Cheers
like
to
I
that.
said, that vision's there for a reason. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for coming and bringing us some sushi.
For sure. Let me finish this roll up for you guys so you can get it on the
We're
thing.
excited. Do your thing, 21.
That's perfect.
Is that the last roll you're gonna make?
Yeah, this is all gonna be together here. I'm gonna
Okay.
plate it.
Nice. Hey, and before we do head out, we have all our guests sign our Snoopy. We've had a lot of
Oh, yes.
awesome guests throughout. the
Oh
last
hell yeah!
We want to
Oh,
make sure
that's
that,
tradition.
yeah.
Is there a reason why it's a Suki?
Marweezieee, is there a reason?
I just like Snoopy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
I
then that
mean-
artist is a local San Diego artist too.
Is that right?
I told him to do a bulldog, but he was like,
Bulldog Poppy wants that
but
bulldog.
I mean, it's cool. It's a hound, close enough.
Yeah, so we'll make sure you get that signature in
So
there.
this is one of
Wow.
special for 420 weekend coming up.
Let's go.
A little comfort food here.
That's right.
So this is a hot Cheeto dust.
Let's go. You know our Latino peeps love them hot Cheetos. Yeah.
Those chetos.
Those
Oh, so
chetos.
that's how they do it.
Ooh.
Well, so a client wanted hot Cheetos on the roll once, and I put it on top. And then I tasted it myself, and I was like, I can't even taste
Taste
like,
the hot
I can't-
Cheeto.
So I was like, I need to roll it in it, like cover it. I need to just saturate the roll.
Do you think it over? I mean, I guess that's part of it. I was like, does it overpower the sushi taste?
Yeah. All the food I make is stuff like I want. Like I want to eat it. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
gotta
if
be
you're a
good.
chef and you're making
Yeah.
food and you're not eating it, then I probably wouldn't eat it either.
That's why I can never trust a city chef, right?
I've ever seen that show like I think it's like no, it's like Bar Rescue, but it's called like Restaurant Rescue, something like that.
No.
With Jeff Gordon. I mean,
Jeff
Oh
Gordon.
yeah.
where it's like
I-
they're restaurants that are like trash.
yeah, I know
And
what you're
then
talking about.
They're like, I made spaghetti.
It's
And
that
then
one buff chef. He's like,
It's not Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Because Jeff Gordon is a formula.
No, I mean not Jeff Gordon, Chef Ramsay.
Oh,
But
Chef
yeah.
Ramsay.
But anyways, he does this thing where like he goes to like a restaurant and the food is like I'm sure it's scripted, but there's no way the noodles like raw. He's like, this is spaghetti, and it's like ketchup, wet noodles. Like that's not spaghetti.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyways, that's kind of remind me of when you guys talking about that.
Man, you got the perfect charger next to you with all that flaming hot right there.
that looks
What I
dope.
do here. So this is. Don't try this one yet, but this was cream cheese on top.
Oh, dude, I love cream cheese.
That's why it's like.
Speaking of cream,
I'll leave yours out.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Put extra cream cheese on
Oh,
Johnny's.
no, dude, double cream
So
cheese.
you can
can
get
have
it
my-
all up in his
You
mouth.
can have
I
my
know,
cream
dude.
cheese.
all up in his
Juan's been
lips.
cream so many. I mean, he likes cream cheese so many times.
Get out of here. Bulldog Poppy, no more sake bombs. No sake shit for him.
Yeah, never been done.
Yeah.
He said no more sake bombs.
Oh.
No more sake bombs.
That too. That too.
He's tired of giving you sake bombs.
Oh, get out of here.
There's a reason why we.
So,
come here
Doug,
together.
do you go out to any restaurants?
Yeah,
that
I do
still
all the
sushi?
time.
Do you have friends out in the business still that you go?
Yeah, I'll check them out, or I like going to different sushi restaurants all the time just to see if anybody has different style. You know?
Nice.
So that's why I went to. Was that
one
your
else you
buddy's
guys
band?
talking
Yeah.
Was it Rat and Rodent?
Wrench in the
Wrench
Road.
Rodent, yeah.
Was it?
Wrench in the Road.
Wrench and Rodent. Yeah.
Yeah.
that place.
They have that chronic roll. That's just fire. I never
Yeah.
tried it.
Yeah.
Is it off the coast of the beach?
You would like that one because it's cooked, Johnny.
Yeah?
The chronic roll. Yeah.
Oh, we getting that.
Oh, hold on.
Oh yeah. Chef Don is in the house.
Damn, dude.
Wasn't it hot already?
Let's
Dude,
go.
Dude, that's dope.
Alright. So there's a lot of lobster here.
Ooh,
Some more.
we getting some lobster, fam. Oh yeah, man. That for those who unfortunately are not here, the smells in here are incredible right now. So good.
All right.
Oh yeah. So you're mixing some lobster right now?
Yes, sir. Oh, you hear my knees? Oh,
That's
dude.
age and wisdom.
Is that what you were talking about earlier about the age comes
Oh,
and you gotta
dude.
slow down?
Not young anymore.
Yeah, I feel you. Look at that, man. That looks amazing. Oh yeah. So everybody's this summer, man. Go out there. Support sushi. It's perfectly for now, for the spring and for the summer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
refreshing, so fresh.
And that's the beauty about the private chef thing is it's like everything is fresh. You know what I mean? Everything on site. It's right in front of you, so you get the full experience.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
So
Oh yeah.
Damn.
How beautiful that is.
Dude, that's so cool.
Shots are coming out dope too.
This is great.
Amazing dope shots here. Laugh and Gas peeps. I'm behind the scenes today. We don't have Brian.
Shout out to Brian. Hey Don, I know you said earlier, go out and get it and strive for it.
yeah.
Anything else that you would like to share with the people out here, that are tuning in and just anything that comes up to mind that doesn't, or one final thought that.
One final thought.
Yeah.
What I've learned this past year was I was so caught up being an entrepreneur and trying to be a go-getter that I forgot to be present with my family.
Wow.
So that was a big one that I learned, was that you could strive so much to be at the top, but you can't forget the people that are supporting you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that really humbled me and slowed me down and made me realize, like, wait, what was I doing this for in the first place?
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, come back.
Cool,
Come back
man.
down, because if you're going to strive for that, that's when you lose your family.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? That's when you lose it, because like you strive, you think you're doing the right thing,
Forget everything else. You're just,
but you forgot everything
tunnel
else.
vision.
Yeah.
You're like, I want this Lego sauce, dude.
Yeah,
Yep. That's
exactly.
happened to me, dude. But
Exactly. So
Then
for
you've
anybody
done that.
that's trying to go out for it right now, remember that. Who got you there, what got you there, and why you're doing it.
yep.
Love that.
Facts.
That's a great way to finish this awesome episode.
Yep.
Don, we really appreciate
And
having
there's
you.
your lobster roll.
Let's go.
Dig in there. Yep.
Okay, show right here the camera, Eddie. Show a little close up of it.
Oh, Eddie's going.
Which one? Woo. How's that?
Yeah.
So there's that guilty pleasure, man. There's
Eddie's ready.
Dude, I'll love to be.
Here, Johnny, try one of these ones that don't have the cream
Appreciate
cheese.
that,
This one
brother.
right here.
Dude, this is wow.
Let me try. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Which one has cheese? I want the whole cheese experience.
The lobster, bro. Lobster.
Yeah, lobster.
It's on the whole 9 yards.
You want water? Cup?
Yeah.
Two have water on it. Very good. Amazing.
You have to holler at when Ruby's as a baby. You have to holler and try one of these.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. It's all cooked.